find love in all the wrong places. Giving love a bad name? Well, with just a few short questions, RomanceNow.com can match you up with a compatible partner. There's someone out there for everyone. We just take the guesswork out of romance.
I know what you're thinking. Online dating, has it really come to that? Don't judge. My friend set me up on the site. Apparently, I'm wasting the prime of my life. It's not like I'm a hermit, though. I've had relationships. I have. It's just been a while, that's all. And I'm not one of those women that define herself by her relationships, which is good, considering the closest thing I have is a houseplant. Wow, that sounds really depressing when I say it out loud. The way I see it, relationships are like trying to put your makeup on in the car. Sure, there are those people who come out looking absolutely flawless, and we all hate them. But they're a rarity. Mostly you just stab yourself in the eye a bunch and come out looking worse than when you started. Best case scenario, you end up looking mediocre, but most of the time you'd have been better off not even trying. It's not that I don't want to meet someone. I do. It's just, let's put it this way. If relationships were a team sport, I'd be the fat kid in the glasses that gets picked last. Every time.
Phoebe is a 30-year-old journalist. She enjoys music, painting, and scuba diving. She's looking for a man who is honest, adventurous, and likes to try new things. Franklin is unemployed, and does not disclose his age. He enjoys classical music, searching for vintage Star Wars action figures, and his mother's meatloaf. He's looking for a woman who likes to cook, Comic-Con, and Battlestar Galactica fanfiction. This is their first date.
Phoebe.
Hi, yeah, Franklin, right?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What do you do, Frank?
It's Franklin. F-R-A-N-K-L-I-N.
Isn't that kind of the same thing?
No. I mean, how would you feel if people just started calling you V? Totally changes the whole thing.
I see.
So,
Sorry.
so, Phoebe, what are your professional endeavors?
Oh, I'm a journalist for the Tribune. How about you?
Oh, I don't work.
At all? That must be nice.
Oh, it is. Although, my mom is starting to get on my nerves.
Your mom lives with you? That's nice of you.
Oh, no, I live with her.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Nothing. You know what, Frank? I just remembered. I think I left my stove on. But, you know, it's been real fun, Frank.
Phoebe's inbox. One new message from Frankenstein 007. It was nice to meet you. Sorry you had to run out last night. Maybe you can meet my mom. One sent message to Frankenstein 007. My house caught fire. Had to move. It was nice to meet you, Frank.
I am a terrible person. Seriously, I'm gonna go straight to hell for that one. He means well, probably. But what was with that whole name thing? I mean, Franklin, who cares? You know, if you think about it, your name's kind of an indicator about your personality. No, really, think about it. Ashleys are fun and bubbly. Kelseys are cute. Berthas are, well, have you ever met an attractive Bertha? And Franklin's, nobody cool is named Franklin, except that green cartoon turtle. And FDR.
Alex is a 35-year-old marketing executive. He enjoys collecting sneakers, meeting women, and going on long jogs with his dog. In his free time, he likes to hit up the gym, work on his tan, and maybe even do some laundry. He's looking for a fun-loving, outgoing woman who isn't too serious. This is his first date with Phoebe.
Hi there. Are you Phoebe?
Yeah, that's me. You must be. Okay, and now we're. Okay, that's enough.
I find that the best way to get to know someone is a hug. It's so intimate.
Right. So, not big on personal space, huh? Creepy.
Pardon?
Nothing. So, Alex, what's your deal?
I'm a marketing executive. Lets me travel a lot, but at times you're really lonely. You know? Coming home to a big, empty bachelor pad, it's hard sometimes.
You get to travel a lot? That's great. I'd love to be able to travel more. Have you been anywhere exciting?
Oh, you know, here and there. You're more beautiful than your picture. So gorgeous ladies such as yourself go on an online dating site. But you have no trouble attracting gentlemen.
Oh, and my friend set up the site for me. They don't think I get out enough. I'm sorry, is there something on my face?
Only the brush strokes of a guy.
Sure, why not? Okay, Casanova, slow your roll. You're coming on a little strong for the first date, don't you think?
Can't hide what I'm feeling. Why don't you say we take this back to my place? I'll have some jazz, then the lights.
Okay, time for you to go. I don't know if this whole act works on other girls, but you're about 2 seconds away from a swift kick that would severely hinder your ability to reproduce. I'd actually be doing humanity a favor.
Spitfire! Your lips say no, your body says yes. Alright, I'll go. But if you're getting lonely tonight, give me a call. I promise we won't hold this little episode against you.
Phoebe's inbox. One new message from Alex Sexy Beast. Hey there, pretty lady. I'm sure you've been thinking about me. I still have a whole pack of gum left. You know you want me. Call me. Phoebe's outbox. One sent message to Alex Sexy Beast 4219. We've never met before. I think you have the wrong person.
I quit! I give up! Do you know how many showers it took for me to get rid of the smell of his aftershave? That stuff is industrial strength. I swear, if the nuclear apocalypse were to happen right now, the only thing that would survive would be the cockroaches and the smell of his freaking aftershave. Given the events of the past few days, I've made the informed decision to become a cat lady. It'll be great! I could take up knitting. And I've always meant to start watching The Price is Right, so there's that. I could even stop shaving.
Eli is a 31-year-old freelance architect. He likes 60s and 70s rock and roll and motorcycles. He's looking for a woman who is easygoing, open-minded, and slightly quirky, and is open to trying new things.
Hi. I'm sorry. Are you Phoebe?
Yeah. Eli?
I have to tell you, I feel a little awkward. My friends put my profile up on the site.
Oh my gosh, my friends did the exact same thing. They think I'm doomed to be alone forever or something. To be honest, the whole online thing hasn't worked out so well for me.
I know the feeling. I'll meet someone when I meet someone, you know?
Exactly. I mean, why waste all this time making awkward, obligatory conversation with someone you have nothing in common with? You know, my roommates in college used to always drag me to these speed dating events, and in some ways I kind of miss them. At least then you got directly to the point.
Well, in the interest of saving time, why don't we get right to the point?
What do you mean?
Cut out all the useless filler. If we have stuff in common, great. And if not, we can part ways amicably. Here, I'll go first. So, do you have any major psychological issues? We said we were getting right to the point. I know you're not supposed to let your crazy out until, like, the 9th date. I'm just spending a lot of time with a potential psycho. My last girlfriend tried to set my apartment on fire. She thought I was cheating on her.
Well, were you?
No, I was just the dentist. She'd have freaked out if I didn't answer within the first 3 rings, which is hard to do with 2 Novocaine shots to the jaw and a pair of giant pliers in your mouth.
So you have cavities.
Just one. Coming home to find your psycho girlfriend in the living room with a can of gasoline is enough to make you brush and floss religiously. What about you? OCD, schizophrenic, psychopath?
Well, my therapist says I'm self-sabotaging. You're very upfront, aren't you?
Is there any other way to be?
Do you read?
Since I was 5. Seriously though, I've always been kind of a Dickens guy. But I'm partial to Dr. Seuss.
You've got surprisingly good taste. You're not a hipster, are you?
I'm offended. My jeans aren't that tight, are they?
And you don't live with your mother?
Well, since high school.
And you're not some creepy womanizer?
Only on the weekends.
I'm almost afraid to ask, but you do have a job, right?
Architect.
3 for 3. Not bad. So, why architecture?
The women. I'm kidding. No. The real reason is kind of embarrassing, though.
I'm listening.
Okay, fine. But you have to promise not to laugh.
Cross my heart.
When I was a kid, there was this girl, Jackie, who lived next door. She used to babysit me sometimes, and my 6-year-old self was completely smitten. I could almost see into her backyard from my window, but I was just a tad too short. My sister had one of those plastic playhouses, and one day I had the brilliant idea of trying to climb on top to see if I could see in her window. The playhouse had some structural damage from years outside, and it collapsed the moment I got on top. I broke my arm, and on the way to the emergency room, my parents just kept asking me why I did it. I was mortified. I just told them I wanted to see what everything looked like from up there. But from then on, I swore that peeping Toms would have structurally sound playhouses.
So that's the reason you became an architect.
The dream has matured slightly since then. You promised you wouldn't laugh.
Huh. A date that didn't make me want to stick my head in the oven. This is weird. Although I really shouldn't get my hopes up. The other shoe always drops at some point. I mean, who is this guy? He's all, I'm an architect, and I ride a motorcycle, and I can hold an intellectually stimulating conversation, and I'm really hot. I had everything figured out. Bitter and alone looks good on me. I mean, who is this jerk? He's ruining everything. This jerk with this perfect jawline and gorgeous smile. Snap out of this, Phoebe. We've been over this. Relationships are painful and messy. Ah, crap.
Phoebe's inbox. One new message from Eli 6319. Last night was fun. We should do it again. Do you have any plans tonight? Phoebe's outbox. One sent message to Eli 6319. I typically get coffee at the Starbucks on Main at around 8 o'clock. If someone I know just so happens to be there at the same time, I would not ignore them or stop them from joining me.
What a coincidence. Just cup of coffee. Here you are.
It's a small world.
Great. Now the snow is going to be stuck in my head for the rest of the day.
Dogs on that ride always freak me out. Nobody is that happy all the time.
Bit of a cynic, aren't we?
I prefer to think of myself as a realist.
So, we didn't really get to talk about you last time. I'll let you know all about my embarrassing start in architecture. It's your turn.
I'm a journalist.
What do you write for?
The Tribune. My stuff's usually in the back though. More lifestyle editorials than hard-hitting news.
Wait a minute. You write the local news pieces, right? What was it last week? Modern art. It's really just a blog.
You do your homework. You're not some sort of stalker, are you?
I prefer to think of it as convenient observer. I feel like I should be getting your autograph.
It wasn't too cynical, too extreme.
No, I thought it was the perfect combination of sadism and humor. This is so weird. I heard you call him like every week.
You're probably the only one. Most people don't make it to the back of the page.
It should really move you up. You're talented.
Thanks. Ah, crap. It looks like I'm closing.
Can I see you again?
Yeah, I'd like that. I'd like that a lot.
Here, let me get your coat.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Is it bad? Can I see it?
I'm fine, really.
That looks bad. My apartment's just a block from here. At least let me get you some ice. Here, have a seat. I'll go get you some ice. Is it broken?
I think so.
Here, I'm so sorry.
It'll give us some character.
You really don't have to be so nice about this. Off your nose.
Would it help if I told you this wasn't the first time?
A little. Well, at least you now have one of those stories.
What stories?
You know, one of those stories you tell on a bad date about a past bad date to ease the awkwardness of the current date, sort of, and it couldn't get possibly worse than that story.
I don't think it's been a bad date.
Okay, I don't know what kind of dates you've been on, but physical assault would probably bump it out of the top 10 for me.
Well, I had fun, and now I have something to remember it by.
Okay, there is no way you're this nice. I broke your nose for crying out loud. When does reality kick in? I'm neurotic, I'm a huge klutz, and believe me, it only gets worse from here. This is your chance to bail. Seriously, I would not be offended. I mean, head for the hills for crying out loud. How much more embarrassing can it get than you break your nose? I'm telling you.
Do me a favor. Promise. That easy. No.
Phoebe's inbox. One new message from Eli 6319.
Last night was fun. You're a very interesting girl, Phoebe. Oh, and good news. My nose isn't broken. I still have to get that autograph, though.
Phoebe's outbox. One sent message to Eli 6319. Clearly, I need to work on my aim. What are you doing tonight? I'll try not to break anything this time. I promise. Well, if Phoebe can find love, so can you. Thanks to romancenow.com.